What's going on, guys? Chillisfm here, taking a look at the brand new Lurantis in the Love Cup. And yes, I know by the time that most of y'all see this, the cups will have changed over to the Little Jungle Cup and the Open Great League. However, I wanted to test this thing out as quickly as possible so y'all could see how good it potentially can be and give you some information if you should be out there hunting one, if you should be putting one yourself. So we'll go ahead and jump on into some of these battles. Now, I do appreciate all the likes and all the comments on this video, especially just because I had to use a lot of rare candies to build mine. They are not spawning a ton in the wild. I don't remember what the pre-evolution is called, but there's not a whole lot of them spawning in the wild. So yeah, I mean, I think I caught 3 of them, and I had to use rare candies to evolve it, to power it up, and to second move it. It was not cheap. I think I used like 180 rare candies. Yeah, it was a lot. So I do appreciate the likes. Let's jump into the battles. Going for the Leaf Storm right here. I didn't see what they came in with. It is going to be the Ariados, so that would have been double resisted, but they do still respect the damage from it. And yes, I am running double grass type moves because Leaf Storm is just too good for me to pass up, in my opinion. Some people are going to be running Lurantis with superpower, which is also a super good move, and it does give Lurantis a little bit more coverage. But Leaf Storm is just such a hard hitting nuke. In fact, a neutral Leaf Storm does more than a super effective superpower from Lurantis because you get that same type of attack bonus, and Leaf Storm is just that good. Now, superpower would still be more energy efficient in that scenario, but with Leaf Storm doing more damage, I just couldn't pass it up, right? So if you want to run superpower, you definitely can. But for me, I'm probably going to be sticking with Leaf Storm most of my battles with this thing. Alright, so we are in a great position at this point. We can just farm down this Electrode. We have a lunge and a half ready to go. All they have left is their own low health Ariados. So this first one will not be enough to take them out, which I was just learning because this is actually my first time using Ariados as well. But the second lunge will definitely do the trick. I might have been able to go for the cross poison even there, but I didn't really want to risk it. We'll just go for the lunge, make sure we take them out. And that's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. Let's jump into battle number 2. So we're going to have Magcargo, and I'm running Incinerate up against a Medicham lead. So terrible lead. We are going to be immediately swapping out into Ariados, hoping to bait out a Talonflame or another fire type. And yes, there it is. There's the Talonflame. So we can spam out some cross poisons. If I get the boost, I can potentially get a shield here. And really, that's what I want because of the Lurantis versus Medicham fight is a lot better if shields are down because you can just nuke it with the Leaf Storm. If they still have shields, 2 shields, then they can just 2 shield and they can just power punch all the way down. So I am actually going to throw up a shield right here just to try to get a shield back from my opponent. Going to throw 2 poison stings, go for the cross poison right here. This should be grabbing a shield if they want to keep switch, but they actually see through me and they let their Talonflame go. So now they're going to come in with an Electrode, but look at this. I'm able to make it to the lunge. This will be doing a ton of damage to this Electrode if they do not shield. So they do end up throwing up a shield. I still get my shield and I got switch advantage. This is pretty good for me. I can come in now with Magcargo. I can eat whatever they throw here. The worst it can be is a discharge, and you can see it doesn't do too much. They're going to be coming back in with the Medicham. Again, I want their shields to be down, so I'm going to actually stay in here, take a bunch of damage from the counters, but go for the overheat to get that final shield. So here comes the overheat. If this does not get shielded, it will nearly one-shot, and they let it go through. So now Lurantis can come in, easily farm down. All they have left now is this electric type, and Lurantis, being a pure grass type, can resist all the electric type moves. We do have to watch out for the Hyper Beam. We'll definitely survive a foul play from here, but we get the shield right there with the Leaf Blade. I can just go ahead and match shields because Lurantis just so spammy with the Fury Cutter fast move. I could probably go Leaf Blade to KO from here, but we're going to go ahead and go for the BM, ensure the KO with the Leaf Storm. Let's see it land. Boom. Takes out the Electrode. That's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. So Lurantis putting in some work in game number 2. Let's jump into battle number 3 up against an Alone Momola lead. Again, pretty bad lead. We're going to be swapping out into my Ariados. Like I said, this is my first time playing with Ariados, so I really don't know who wins this matchup. I'm just going to go for the lunges. I did overfarm just because I was expecting them to take a lunge and then swap out, but it looks like they're staying in. We'll go for the second lunge right here, and let's see if they want to throw up a shield. They do not, and they're at the Psychic, and I'm like, you know, I don't know Ariados. I don't know if we can survive this. I better throw up a shield. I throw up a shield. And then of course they swap to clear their debuff and they come in with their own Ariados. There's no way that I'm getting switch here, so I kind of regret throwing up the shield, but hey, it is what it is. At least we will have our Magcargo on this Ariados, and their switch clocks are way misaligned with ours, so we're going to be taking advantage of that here in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and eat this lunge, going to go ahead and bank my own lunge, and then I'm going to come back in with Magcargo. They can't swap out because if they swapped so much later than I did, I can eat this lunge, and I'm going to just commit to the farm down here because if Ariados cannot hit Magcargo for anything even neutral, now they will be able to spam out some charge moves, which will stall their switch clock. But worst case scenario, I'm leaving this with 100 energy and they come back in with the Aloma Mole, which is exactly what happened. So we're going to go for the Rock Tomb first. Rock Tomb, of course, will be dropping their attack, making these waterfalls do less damage. And then I go for the Overheat because Overheat does hit for more raw damage, even though it's resisted. But is it enough? No, it's not enough. I'm double debuffed. So I don't know. Maybe I should have just gone for another Rock Tomb, but at the same time, that would have just given them extra farm. So I felt like that was the right play. Coming back in with Ariados, going for the cross poison. We got a bunch of energy. We get the boost, and they're coming back in with their Ariados. They're at a charge move, so at this point, I kind of got to let my own Ariados go. But they go for the cross poison. We do survive with 1 HP. Coming in with Lurantis, going for the aggressive farm down, and they're going to reach a charge move here. Both lunge and cross poison hit for super effective. We will respect it. It is the cross poison, and then they swap out into Wigglytuff. We have so much energy. Like, this is looking pretty good for us. We're going to go ahead and try to get the shield here with the Leaf Blade, but they do call the bait and they no shield. So I'm going to go for another Leaf Blade right here. This will be putting them barely alive, I believe. So they do throw up a shield. And look at this, we're already at the next Leaf Blade. They do sneak in 1 charm there, but we should easily survive that charm plus 1 more, I believe. They do survive though, and Niantic things happen. So apparently they got through 2 charms when I threw my charge move, and it KOs. So I don't know. I feel like that was a win, but Niantic things happen. So GG's, well played, you know. Nothing my opponent could do. Nothing I could do. It is what it is. All right, into the next one. Up against a Charmer lead. Beautiful lead. They're going to be swapping out into Crustle, and I'm just going to go ahead and stay in just to throw this Rock Tomb. Number 1, it should grab a shield. Number 2, it debuffs them, and then I can come in with my Lurantis, and we can just go for Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade does hit for neutral into Crustle, and we should be able to eat at least 1 X Scissor here, but they're actually running Rock Blast and not X Scissor, so I guess Rock Blast, Rock Slide. I don't think that's ever the play, guys. I don't think that's ever the play, but that's all right. We're at the Leaf Blade. They do throw up a shield. They do not want to see this Lurantis apparently, and we can go for this next Leaf Blade, but they do barely beat us to the charge move right here. So I'm going to go ahead and show up this next Rock Blast over farm just by a little bit and go for this next Leaf Blade. I'm close to a 3rd one. If they do throw up another shield here, I should make it, but they let this go. They're actually out of shields. They're coming in with Talonflame. Unable to make it to the Leaf Blade. It's a double resisted move anyways, so not the greatest, or not a big deal for me. We're going to come in with our Magcargo, showing up the potential Brave Bird right here. They do bait us with the Flame Charge, and now I'm going to bank the Rock Tomb and come in with my Ariados against the Clefable. This game is in the bag at this point, as long as I don't let that Talonflame farm down my Ariados and have a Brave Bird, because then they definitely will win it. So you could see I undercharged that Cross Poison there because I wanted them to get to this charge move, which they do, man. This is just working out beautifully for me. It doesn't quite KO. I can go ahead and just throw a Poison Sting. Did not want to throw the Cross Poison again. Did not want that Talonflame to get energy. We're able to farm down with Magcargo. We got the Rock Tomb ready to go. This will easily KO the Talonflame, and that's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. All right, so that's going to be the first 4-1 set. We're going to jump on into the second. Oh, I lied. We have 1 more battle in this set, I guess. So up against a Talonflame lead. So beautiful lead. They're actually staying in, so I'm expecting them to try to catch the Rock Tomb, so I'm going to go ahead and overfarm, but they're throwing energy, so I guess they're going to Brave Bird and dip, which is fine. Like, Brave Bird does about 50% of Magcargo's health. My Magcargo, you can see the IVs. Terrible IVs, so it does a little bit more than it does against most Magcargos. Now they're coming in with Dreadicon. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Rock Tomb to debuff them, potentially get a shield. No shield, that's fine. Ariados can come in, 1 Cross Poison will KO, and I'm going to go ahead and just try to leave this with as much extra energy as possible, knowing they have a Talonflame that's going to come in and be able to farm down. So over farming quite a bit. Probably could have done 1 more Poison Sting there, but I wasn't sure who was going to win CMP if they did throw up a shield. Didn't really want to have to mess with the hassle there. So we throw the cross poison. They're going to be coming back in with the Talonflame. We throw 2 poison stings and then the cross poison. You always want to do it like that. 2 poison stings is 4 turns, whereas the incinerate is 5 turns. So there's no chance of them sneaking and you're maximizing your energy. So I can go for the next cross poison right here. Potentially grab a shield, probably not. They know I have a Magcargo alive yet. So they're going to let it go. We do get the boost. And if I would have realized I would have survived that first or the second incinerate there, I could have potentially just taken out this Talonflame. I could have thrown 1 more poison sting, but it is what it is. We can just sack Magcargo at this point. If they throw the Brave Bird, they do. And in the back, they have a Lomamola. We got 2 shields. They got 2 shields. Guess who's going to be able to spam out more charge moves? We are. So here comes the first Leaf Blade. This one is, of course, going to actually connect. I'm surprised that they no-showed at that. And I recognize at this point that they do still have that Talonflame alive, and potentially, like, maybe they can get to a Flame Charge if they can get both shields off of me. So I'm going to play this a little bit cautiously. I am going to shield up this first Psychic right here, and then I'm not going to be throwing energy again until I'm at least at the back-to-back Leaf Blades. So here comes, yeah, I actually almost go up to 100 energy. It's just the safest play, right? And I was really hoping to be able to Leaf Storm that Talonflame for endgame, but they realize it's over. They let Lomamola go. Talonflame comes back in, and we farm it down with the non-stab, double resisted Fury Cutter. Beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So there's the 4-1 set that I was talking about. Let's jump into the next set. All right, Magcargo into Magcargo. Hopefully they're not running Rock Throw. They are not. They're also running Incinerate. And since my Magcargo has such high attack, we are always going to win CMP. So we can just go straight for the Rock Tomb right here. This will, of course, be dropping their attack. Probably getting a shield. Yeah, gets a shield. And we'll just match shields. Yes, their attack dropped. But this Rock Tomb or Stone Edge is going to be doing more than any other Rock Tomb or Stone Edge. So yeah, they're also running Rock Tomb. So we're going to build up, go for the next Rock Tomb. No chance that they're winning CMP. So again, just throwing it immediately. No reason to go for the sneak. And this one does connect. So they are in the yellow. I'm just going to mirror their behavior. Not going to shield right here. They're also throwing the Rock Tomb. And now I'm going to be building up and going for another one. So potentially they could catch here, but if they catch, they're just debuffing a Pokemon anyways, and so it's not the worst case scenario. I expect them to let this go. They do. I'm double debuffed. I'm going to immediately swap out. They have a Medicham and an Ariados, and they decide to just let the game go. They top left. I think they still had a little bit of play there. I wouldn't have top lefted that early, but I think I should have been able to win that since I did lure out the Ariados. Into the next one, up against a Crustal lead. Not something we want to see in the lead whatsoever, but we do have Rock Tomb at least to drop their attack and to probably grab a shield because Stone Edge would one-shot from here. So yes, we do grab the shield. They actually swap out into a Clefable, telling me this is for sure a double charm team. So I'm going to go ahead, bank another Rock Tomb, and then come in with my Ariados. Going to go ahead and respect the charge move here. I think Clefable runs Psychic, right? So yeah, we do respect it. It's just Meteor Mash. We could have survived it, but that's all right. We can go ahead and go for this Cross Poison. If it's double charm, they're not going to get to a ton of charge moves anyways. So like, using my shields, not necessarily a bad thing. We're able to farm down. We have quite a bit of energy for this Crustal when they come back in, and we can go for the Lunge here. Lunge will be hitting for neutral damage. Potentially grabbing a shield, and yes, it does grab a shield, so that is great to see. Are we able to make it to another lunge? Yes, we are. I don't know why they're not throwing their energy just yet. Maybe they weren't at the Rock Slide yet. Yeah, maybe they weren't. So we're able to connect with that lunge, and then they are going to be throwing energy right here. Is the Rock Slide to take me out? No, it's actually the X Scissor, which we survived because it's double resisted, and there's the second Charmer. So we're perfectly fine letting our Ariados go. Their shields are gone. We can just go straight for the overheat against this Wigglytuff. Does it one-shot the Wigglytuff? Not quite, but that's perfectly fine because that means that Lurantis can come in, farm down, and perfectly be at the Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade will be plenty to take out this Crustal because Leaf Blade's just such a goated move. Let's see it. Let's see it. Nah, they top lefted. I'm pretty sure they top lefted. Either way, it does take them out. And that's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. Into the next battle, gonna be Magcargo up against Aromatisse. So a lot of Charmers today. I mean, it's the people that are like, well, I don't know, man. I don't know why. Like, why are you playing the last day of Love Cup to run Charm? I don't know. It's not my playstyle, but if people are enjoying it, then, you know, do what you want to do. At least it's a spicy charmer, right? Aromatisse you don't see very often. They're coming in with Loma Mola. They actually throw up a shield. They want to get to their Psychic, I guess. But we just outpace. We make it to this Leaf Storm, and they have to give up a second shield if they want to survive. They do not. And it one-shots the bulky Loma Mola. They come in with a Talonflame. We're going to reach another Leaf Storm. Now, this is double resisted, and we are 2 stages debuffed, so it's not going to do a ton, but it still does enough. I mean, it helps, right? It helps. It makes it where potentially my Ariados could close out against this Talonflame if I have to. But we can come back in with Magcargo. We don't have to respect the first Brave Bird. They go for the Flame Charge bait, so great no shield on my part. Now they are at the Brave Bird, so I will be throwing up a shield right here. Is it the Brave Bird? Yes, it is. This game's just over at this point because I already clicked on my Rock Tomb. They have to give up their final shield if they want this Talonflame to survive, and they do just that. They're going to be coming out now with the second Charmer. We have an Ariados. I mean, come on. All these people are running Double Charm still in the Love Cup, though. Or no, this was not Double Charm. This was not Double Charm, right? No, this was not Double Charm. So, hey, at least you're not running Double Charm, but the game is going to be over. That's going to be a GG's. Let's jump into the next battle. Going to be Magcargo up against Magcargo. So, I've seen a lot of this yesterday, too. Tons of Magcargo in the lead. I don't really know why. But I'm definitely happier seeing it today. Yesterday I was running my Electrode double fire team, and none of those cleanly beat Magcargo. If it's running Incinerate, it's fine. But if it's running Rock Throw, we really don't like to see that with that team. Anyways, going to go ahead and eat that Stone Edge. I expected it to be the Rock Tomb. It was not. I go for the Overheat here instead of the Rock Tomb just because I was expecting them to catch. But they actually throw up a shield, which I'm like, all right, that's fine. They're going to build up to 100 energy, and then they're going to be swapping out into Wigglytuff, and I should not have thrown this Overheat since I am 2 stages debuffed, but I do throw it. It's going to do a ton of damage still. Excuse me. Puts them into the yellow. And now I can come in with my Ariados. I'm not going to be able to quite farm down, so we build up to the back-to-back cross poisons instead. Go for the cross poison right here. Do they throw up a shield? No, they do not. Wigglytuff goes down. They're coming back in with Magcargo, and I'm like, yay. I got energy here. We're going to go ahead and throw up a shield. It is the Stone Edge. I'm going to be throwing my cross poison after 2 poison stings. I believe that was 2 poison stings. Maybe I only threw 1. I guess I threw in the... I should have thrown 2. Anyways, they do throw up a shield, and now they're going to be throwing some more energy. And at this point, I'm like, you know, it's probably Double Charm. But this is a Lurantis feature. We're going to feature Lurantis. Coming in with Lurantis, trying to get the farm down. They're coming in with the Clefable. And we have the Leaf Storm ready to go. I'm like, man, Leaf Storm, golden move, right? This is going to one-shot for sure. But no, they survive and there's no way I'm farming down. I have to go for this next Leaf Blade to take them out. Can I farm down their Magcargo before they farm me down with the super effective Incinerate? We survive 1 Incinerate and we get the farm down. Lurantis, you absolute beast. You love to see it. Jumping into the next battle, up against a Metacham lead, terrible lead, we're going to be swapping out into our Ariados, and they're going to be bringing in their Talonflame, so, I mean, pretty common core right there. Of course, we're going to be spamming out the cross poisons. We've seen this before. Do we get the boost finally? Can I get the boost when I actually... They throw up a shield on the first one. I don't know why. I don't know why they threw up a shield on the first one. Maybe they thought Ariados can run Sludge Bomb since I overfarmed? I'm not sure. Either way, we get the shield that we wanted. We can go ahead and let Ariados go at this point. It's very unlikely that I'm going to be able to get off that second shield without having to double shield myself. And if I double shield, then they can just Brave Bird my Magcargo after being double boosted, which is pretty ugly. So instead, I decided to come in with my Magcargo, no shield the potential Brave Bird right here. And I'm going to try to leave this with close to 100 energy. That way I can try to overheat that Metacham here in a minute. I know Bubble here. I knew it's going to still KO, but I figured I'd try. And then I immediately swap into Lurantis. And I think I played this better in the first battle or early in the video, where I went ahead and stayed in to throw the overheat, because you're going to see, like, if I would have got the shield here, this battle would have been a lot more clean, because here I ended up eating that first power up punch. And now I have to shield up the second one. I'm already in the yellow just from counter damage, right? And now I'm going for the Leaf Blade, expecting to get the shield here with this bait, but they call the bait, and now I have to spam out more Leaf Blades. I'm not going to be able to just Leaf Storm them for the KO, and either way, I'm in the red. So they throw up a shield right there, they counter down. I'm going to be able to get to the overheat right here, but not before they get to another power-up punch. And at this point, we haven't even seen their back Pokemon. I don't think there's anything that I could beat, right? Because Talonflame even wins CMP. Yeah, so they come in with Electrode. You can see like they actually misplay here. They don't throw their charge move. I almost make it there to the overheat. But either ways, GG's. Well played to my opponent. That's a little bit upsetting that that's my last battle of the video. But regardless, Lurantis, guys, I do recommend investing in one. Now, it's not going to be straight meta, but it's definitely a very fun spice pick and a very strong spice pick as well. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for today. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment down below. I'm telling y'all, it does help out so much. It's just for the YouTube algorithm. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, this is Chillisfm reminding you to always keep pushing forward.